Nestle provides you with tastier and healthier everyday choices to enhance your quality of life. Nestle, good food, good life.
Some might say that chocolate in the one hand and ice cream in the other is the definition of a balanced meal. The truth is that many of us struggle to create wholesome, balanced meals, but Kelly has 2 great recipes to share with us.
Many of us aspire to eat a balanced and healthy diet, but not all of us know exactly what is meant by this to ensure that we get all the nutrients that we need. So today our resident chef and dietitian Kelly is going to show us exactly how to do that. Kelly, what is meant by a balanced diet?
What balance means is that you're getting enough of all of those essential nutrients, not too much of any of them, and you're getting a good variety of different foods that contain those nutrients.
Do we have to adapt this diet according to certain conditions we might have?
There are some conditions where you have to be careful of eating too much protein, for example, like if you have kidney failure. But most conditions like heart disease or diabetes will respond very well to a normal, healthy, balanced diet. So actually the way that we should be eating all the time helps to prevent and treat those illnesses.
So what balanced meal will you be making today?
I'm making 2 balanced meals today that I would cook any night of the week at home for myself. The first recipe I'm making is a veggie burger. So this is what I would eat on a meat-free Monday because I think that eating too much meat is not great for us and it's also not great for the environment. I'm starting with sunflower seeds. So these are a great source of protein and also nice polyunsaturated fats. So they go straight into my food processor and I'm grinding them up like breadcrumbs. Then I'm adding some lentils. The lentils are a good source of protein and carbohydrate, so they bring both of those things into this dish and they help to bind everything together, so they're the main substance of the burgers. So they're also going into the food processor. Then I'm adding some mushrooms and red onions, which I've fried in some coconut oil.
Why do you use coconut oil?
The coconut oil is great for frying because it's a nice stable oil so the heat doesn't damage it. This is some chopped up steamed kale, so I'm just adding vegetables. It's the only reason why it's going in here. And then I've got mustard and garlic and some fresh thyme, rosemary and some smoked paprika that are going in for flavor. And then I'm seasoning with salt and with pepper, a drizzle of olive oil, and then I'm pulsing this all together just to mix it slightly.
Be careful not to overmix, as this can make the patty mixture too soft and mushy to shape, and it will lose texture.
So now it's all mixed together, but there's still some big pieces of mushrooms, and you can see the kale, and there are a few pieces of onion, and that's actually great because you can see then what's in it. It's not just a big mush. I'm transferring it to a bowl to give it a second mix and to start shaping it. You can just use your hands and make little burgers out of it.
Do you think this will be satisfying for the big meat lovers out there?
I think so. It's got a nice meatiness because of the sunflower seeds. So they add chewiness and texture that the lentils don't have. And then the flavors in there, the mustard and the smoked paprika, make it taste just like a burger. So it's really great. When you finish shaping them, you have 2 options. You can either fry them in a pan or keep them on the tray and put them into the oven for about 15 minutes. Everything is cooked, so you're really just heating it up.
Once your delicious meat-free burgers are cooked, you can serve them with a healthy salad or even the old-fashioned way on a bun with some baked sweet potato wedges. If burgers aren't to your liking, then Kelly's next recipe is for all the seafood lovers who want a new twist on a healthy and tasty fish dish with plenty of veggies on the side.
So Kelly's second balanced meal for the day is trout with sesame steam fried vegetables and brown rice. Now Kelly, steamed and fried sounds very interesting.
What I'm trying to do is reduce the amount of time that I'm frying the food, because when you use oil, especially something like olive oil, you don't want it to be exposed to heat for too long because you damage the good fat.
What makes this a healthy balanced meal?
Just like the other meal, I've used good carbohydrates that's coming from some brown rice. I'm getting some protein and essential fatty acids from the fish that I'm using, and lots and lots and lots of vegetables. So it's a really good, balanced, healthy meal.
What do we do first, the steaming or the frying?
I've already steamed the vegetables, so we're going straight into the frying. The first thing I'll do is start the trout, because although it's a very delicate fish and it doesn't cook for long, it will cook for slightly longer than the vegetables, so we're going to do both at the same time. I'm starting with some olive oil on the fish and then putting it straight into the pan. While the trout is cooking, I am going to start the veggies. So put some olive oil into the pan, and you're using these great flavors. So I've got garlic and ginger and spring onions, and they're going into the oil. And then add the steamed vegetables and the raw leafy greens. I've got pak choi here, which is a great leafy green vegetable. And they just toss around there and they'll get great flavor. So then you go back to the trout and turn that over. It looks like it's almost done. So you can put it on the side.
Nutrition guidelines advise that we should try to include fish in our diets at least twice a week. It's full of nutrients and great for taste.
I noticed that you haven't seasoned the fish beforehand. What are you going to do to add some nice flavor?
That step comes now, where I make a glaze for the fish. So I'm making a glaze with honey and tamari, which is a kind of soy sauce. So you throw the tamari in first, and it will start to evaporate and get a bit syrupy, and then you throw the honey in. It's quick, and that's your glaze. So we're going to brush that on the trout.
Lightly glaze the trout to add the final flavors to the dish. Next, it's time to layer and serve, so begin with some brown rice, but remember you only need a small portion. Then add your greens to the plate, and finally top with your tasty trout. It's a meal with plenty of flavor, and you're sure to get lots of nutrients from the elements on the plate.
It looks amazing. So it just goes to show a healthy diet can consist of a variety and abundance of different foods, as long as it contains enough protein and carbs for you, and of course essential fats.
And plenty of vegetables too.
And plenty of vegetables.
Remember, a balanced meal is half a plate of veggies, 1/4 plate of carbohydrates, and 1/4 plate of protein. A simple way to ensure all your meals are healthy.
Nestle provides you with tastier and healthier everyday choices to enhance your quality of life. Nestle, good food, good life.